of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawkins. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. Incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Let's take just a moment here and talk a little about Texas. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Rides the back on the option to give. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often. And you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
It is so hard as a defender to have to stop that big fella from catching the corner route, right? He already has great size and long arms, and he can jump. So what do? I mean, you're not trying to create pass interference and a penalty, but that's just a size mismatch, and the offense took advantage.
To throw on first down. Quickly complete. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have so much speed, the measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Making side adjustments here. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Dropping back, it's Russell. He makes the grab. He's loose on the left. Touchdown, Bama! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Will open from the 15. Pulls it, fired complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Line getting set on second down. Wants to go up top. Guard in the backfield. It's Simon. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Send the tight end in motion. Looking for room. It's Simon. Runs through a tackle. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. Intercepted, number 19. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return. The interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you've got...
Touchdown, Alabama! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Not going to take the touchback. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Might be calling a hot route. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. It's caught. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers, Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years.
Deep shot for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive lineman gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you've got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Zings it complete to the right. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass.
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. I don't know officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Sends it back in motion. Through the air, it's Russell. He's got him in the flat. He's going for the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Simon, and he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Ball's up to 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Hawkins. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
It's complete to the right. Across the 25. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you can tell, he had a...
breaks into the open. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Sets up the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This is a really big play for both teams. 4th and goal from the 2. He'll set up to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! Quick strike through the air for the score.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And here's the return. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And he couldn't get rid of the football. Tried to buy a little time and then finally just said, let's run another play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Has the sticks, and he may get more. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown Tide. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Crosses the 30. At the 45 on its way. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
He just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but I'll tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Kadecki. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Creates a little space. There he goes. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Russell. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
From the gun, the ground game. Stopped behind the line, and that's pretty much going to offset the gain on the previous play.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Wants to bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads it left. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. He's at touchdown, Bama. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
With a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away, and once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Auburn is down, but they are not out of it. Not in Jordan-Hare, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Penn State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking to throw on first down. Now adjusting. Uncorks one to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. do it himself on the draw.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
You got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. He does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
Complete in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Touchdown, Texas! Fit it in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Here comes that Alabama offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Can't get him to the ground. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the...
There he goes! And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Out of the backfield, he's open. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. They're third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a second and long. To throw, it's Russell. Using the quick game. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
And the point after is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. He'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it just squirted through his hand. Wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that.
Working that left side now. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Can make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time and even better this time around. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in the pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Caught, close to the marker, it's Flowers. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
there are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Gets it out fast. Touchdown Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game.
Turning it on! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to see this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chugging the football.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. The screen, he's got wheels. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Flicks it out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fakes the grab on the left.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Got his man on the right. And the Longhorns will move the sticks. They move to the 16. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And the end zone and is picked off. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy, just keep going at them.
Until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have.
Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.